they can pick it up. They have 2 picks immediately on their side, but we do see the priority on the Fiora for the side of G2 Blacklist.
I love seeing the Fiora. I actually just like this champion straight on because, you know, you have the 1v1 potential, though Jax kind of overpowers most of the Baron laners in the late game, but Fiora has some tricks up its sleeve, especially with the Grand Challenge, especially with the parry. You have so much outplay potential that you can just, you know, overpower your opponent eventually. But are we gonna be seeing this Senna? Please, please, bring us back to season 1. Bring us back to the good old days. I'm sorry, Crazy Apple. I'm getting crazy because I'm a one-trick Senna, but I know that this champion is not gonna get used. I'm just so sad to like see it being covered and not get picked. That's depression for me.
I'm sorry to say, Gia. Yeah, it feels like G2 Blacklist is giving you a bit of that, you know, depression moment right now because they showed you like the golden apple. They showed you the Senna. But then they took it away. It said picking up the Ornn, and right now hovering over that Vladimir. I do like both of these champions if they do pick them at the same time along with that Fiora. It gives them the really strong team fight threat with that Ornn and Vladimir, as well as a split push threat on that Fiora, which they showed earlier as well. It feels like just a slightly different version of the Fiddlesticks as well with the Ornn. We'll see what will be, you know, the counter picks right now from Team Flash, because they're setting themselves up as well with really good disengage as well as poke with that Ziggs and the Gragas, with locking in that Akshan as well. Might be going into the Baron lane.
This is gonna be fun. The only team to actually try out Akshan so far here in Season 2 is Team Flash. This is going to be their second time locking the champion up, and the last time they used it is actually against Wild Rift Esports. And although it didn't turn out to be a win, I'm still equally as excited to see what's going to be the potential of this pick.
Yeah. Definitely. We'll see if they, you know, have something else in mind, or how they're gonna utilize this champion Akshan to its full extent. If it's gonna be used in the Baron lane, it might be used to at least stabilize the split push potential of a Fiora. But Fiora is still a really strong champion. If they just get sticks on you, it's gonna be really hard for you to get away. It can really take you down for that 1v1. But as we look through the other bans right now from Team Flash, really respecting KD, taking out that Kha'Zix, also taking out the Zeri. We've seen Golden Kite go nuts on that champion. Recently used it against Wild Rift Esports, even though they lost. He was still dealing so much damage using that Zeri. On the other hand, right now, G2 just thinking about their last ban. They do have the Lee Sin. They might look at taking away, I was going to say another solo laner, taking out the Gwen, takes out another potential solo laner for the side of Team Flash.
You know what, Crazy Apple? I'm just gonna state out a crazy statement right now. Since we see an Akshan here, I think G2 Blacklist is gonna get, you know, excited to use like a different champion as well. They hovered the Senna a while ago, and they're not picking ADC just. I actually think that maybe, just maybe, and I think I cursed myself by just saying it outright. The Ashe gets picked up instead. Come on, G2, come on.
I think you put your hopes up too much, Gia.
Too high.
You put it up too high.
I'm sorry.
I was thinking about, you know, how can I help Gia convince G2 to pick Senna, and the only way I was thinking was
text TG.
text TG, or just, you know, it might be at the you know, counter pick, taking it away could be with the Gragas in the bot lane, but instead they do pick the Ashe and the Yone, and the final pick for the side of Team Flash is gonna be that Shyvana, who was recently buffed in the current patch that we have right now. A lot stronger, faster wave clear, faster jungle clear. Just might be something to match the very efficient jungle pathing of KD. It might be something that 368 can utilize to also, you know, do some counter ganks or fast rotations against G2.
And two teams so far has only been able to adapt towards the updated Shyvana, right? And that's Trace Esports and Edward Gaming. All the games so far with the Shyvana has been wins. CN confidence side especially. And right now, Team Flash joining the trend as well as they take the Shyvana, even pulling up a ribbon here for T3. And this is a champion that I missed so much. Because Season 1, we have seen so many Rivens whenever there's a Ziggs, just because of the Mega Inferno Bomb and then Wind Slash combination for the execute. And right now, they actually have so much team fighting burst potential.
Yeah, definitely a lot of that team fighting burst potential for the side of Team Flash, even as well on the side of G2 Blacklist. And honestly, looking at both of their compositions, they have a very similar style that they're going for. They want to get these big team fights. They want to get these picks. But on the other hand, for G2 Blacklist, they have more CC, especially long range CC coming from the Ashe. While for Team Flash, they have a lot of that more team fight oriented pick. So we might be seeing Team Flash fighting out more in the objectives, as opposed to G2 Blacklist just looking for potential picks across the map.
Kuden and T3 as well, just swapping once more. Has the action in the mid lane actually is working a bit here against a Vladimir matchup. It's similar to using Lucian in the mid lane.
Yeah.
A bit of a... this is very reminiscent of like ranked games, right? You pick up an ADC against a scaling champion and just bully the hell out of that. And it's not gonna be a pretty sight for Aaron, at least for the first few minutes.
Yeah, Akshan has a pretty decent matchup against a Vladimir. 1, because he's range. 2, because the Vladimir can't really trade well enough, because even if he uses first ability for him to heal, Akshan can just use his passive to get that shield. So he doesn't really get damage as much in that matchup. That's why Akshan, I think, is a good, at least for the laning phase, a good counter pick to the Vladimir, because you can not get as punished each time you walk up for the wave or even harass the Vladimir.
It's a tough one for Aaron. Almost.
He's
Had
ignited.
it been that skill connected to Aaron, he would have been dead. That's how close it was.
Yeah.
But Draw's gonna be here though. He's saying hi to Kuden. What will Kuden do? Will he go in? Gets it!
Wow!
What? Just styling on him, flashes in. That's weird. That's weird. All right, that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. I think he misclicked on the flash, but everything else was clean. Really good use of the heroic swing. Yeah, look at the replay right here. As you mentioned, Aaron was pretty low. Immediately pops the ignite against Kuden, and he dodges the knock up from Draw, but Draw goes in. Kuden with a bad flash. As you mentioned,
Did you think that 368 is an opponent?
maybe, yeah, you're right.
That's so funny. 368 is like,
Hi!
yo, I'm your friend, man.
I'm your friend. I'm here to help. And he's like jump scared. Ah!
Why are you running?
Why are you running? Right.
That's fine.
It's fine, but 368 has the ult and might be able to go in.
Call support squad gonna be used here on the 368. Gets a great knock up even onto Kuden. 368 trying to tank in the damage. Is still able to be alive. Blows in the fire from that ignite. Kuden though getting Kuden as well. Is gonna get taken down. Katie survives with him again for the bomb. Man, insane series of events so far here for G2 Blacklist, but they get the upper hand.
Yeah, the omnipresent eye, the omnipotent eye of Demon Kite, knowing where the dragon last went, the Shyvana. He was able to snipe him with the enchanted crystal arrow.
Like,
That's
I
just
can smell
amazing.
your fear.
I can smell your fear, definitely. At the start of this fight, felt like, 368 might be going for the flank, but G2 had more members in the mid lane. And even though there's like only 4 members you see right now, they still have the 5th member. Coming up in a couple of seconds, there's going to be the arrow that hits 369. At the end, even Kuden just go down on I believe the ignite from one of the members from G2 Blacklist right there. So in the end, it was a 2-4-0 in favor of Blacklist.
Oh man, Team Flash definitely this time around, after an okay start, right now is having a bad position here in this game. Almost 1,000 gold lead by G2 Blacklist, and most of the gold is actually being funneled down, injected towards carries here of G2B. So Team Flash really needs to recover. Look at the slack there, sending out their dual laners into the mid lane as their side laners is just pushing out the wave and just trying to set up for the incoming objective.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so far, Draw has really been one of the main drivers. As we mentioned, there is 100% kill participation. We saw him earlier getting that kill in the mid lane. That was weird to draw suddenly, making night as we were talking about him. But yeah, again, he was immediately reacting to the mid lane. Good rotation so far from G2 Blacklist, catching out some of the plays that Team Flash are trying to go for. Because of that has given the lead right now for G2 Blacklist. And even though Aaron, your recall's being cancelled right here by Yonti, he's still overall fine. We're just gonna be waiting on the positionings right now when it comes to objective. So far, Team Flash has a bit of a bias towards the top side. They might just be gonna be prioritizing this Herald, while the Dragon might be going to the favor of G2 Blacklist. Yeah, right now, Herald is being started here by Team Flash. G2, they are looking to contest it. Aaron though might be getting catch.
Call of the Forge God, it's gonna be used. Mega Inferno Bomb just to deal some damage here. 368 Ghost Dragon form, but it's already low, and G2 Black is gonna be happy taking the objective as well. It's a Vladimir of Aaron that actually gets this one, and Fate Seal not connecting, but the knockup will. And Couldn't just flashing away, not gonna help him at all to stay and survive. G2B just run them down.
G2 Blacklist winning both sides of the map right now. I mentioned that we were looking at Team Flash, they might be prioritizing the Herald, and they did. G2 Blacklist might be prioritizing the Dragon. They didn't necessarily just prioritize the Dragon, they prioritized the whole freaking map. And we're gonna see in the replay right here, the Dragon did go to the side of G2, and the engage right here from Draw, catching a lot of members from the Call of the Forge God. And 368, yes, we mentioned that Shyvana has been buffed, but as we all know, Shyvana is more of a scaling champion. She needs those items to be able to affect him in these fights, and even though she went in, they didn't really matter. She didn't have a lot of damage yet or tankiness, and it's just G2 members taking down one by one. Oh my god, G2 is just on a snowball right now.
Snowball, making Team Flash regret this lineup. And I'm sure, never mind. I'm sure they're regretting this right now because they're too squishy as well. They only have one, maybe two tanks. Even 368 is not tanky enough to actually soak in the damage now. T3 getting run down, has the shield, will flash away, gets the outplay onto Aaron, and survives! What? Okay, I'm sorry.
Signs of life.
I said some negative things about them just now, and okay, I regret it.
Yeah, same. I definitely never doubt any of these players. Team Flash showing us that they are still in this. They are still in this to win it, even though we have seen G2 Blacklist have so many good wins in the past couple of minutes. It reflects in the gold lead right now, which is at 5k at the moment. Earlier on, it was around 6k, and this gold lead is just gonna give G2 that a bit more strength. Aaron though being very aggressive against two members, knowing that he also has a backup on Carl. They're going in. No?
368? Oh, very fortunate for him. Yeah. And G2B unable to find him as well, unable to catch T3 as well. So they're just gonna be going in a reset. They are pushing the bottom lane and has a 5,500 gold lead. 72 HP gone. It's a tower, but Couldn't goes in, just baiting him out. Tick is there to back him up if ever Draw actually commits, but needs to be extra careful. It is nearby, and there's an arrow and Call of the Forge God available.
Yeah, the long range engage coming from them, but T3. That was a quick kill. Very quick aside from G2, and yeah, G2 Blacklist has a lot of gold, has a lot of strong champions on their side. They're just able to pop members from Team Flash, and we might be seeing a bit more quieter time, especially if Team Flash does decide to try to hunker down and get more gold into their pockets and try to fight in a more favorable map state for them. But the thing is, they don't have that luxury as they had in game 1, where if they just need to defend, they just need to get more items, eventually their champions will be strong enough to go against the be stronger against the G2 lineup. Now they don't. I don't feel like they have the same luxury. There's the Fiora, there's the Vladimir, who we all know is a really strong late game champion in its own right, and Team Flash needs to find openings against G2 to be able to take back control of this game.
Oh yeah. Team Flash has been trying some avenues, but I think right now it's just too risky. That is kind of forcing them. Right now the tower is going to be pushed in top lane. Carl unable to save that tower. Quite unfortunate. Still, it's okay. It's just one tower so far that has been secured here by Team Flash. And G2B just prepping up for the next objective. Dragon is going to be spawning up in the next few minutes. Arrow. Oh, okay, was able to jump, but is it enough to actually save him? It's like the answer is not.
Yeah. Yeah, KD made sure his fate was sealed right there. Getting hit with an arrow and just a simple combo from them. That is the pick from G2 Blacklist. And what we're talking about, the potential of long-range picks coming from their team. This has allowed them right now to secure the Dragon while also taking control of the mid lane. It's just all good things right now for the side of G2. And Team Flash just needs to minimize their losses at this point. Try to get more gold. Maybe the win condition I can see for them right now is really the Shyvana. If the Shyvana can get to that point where she deals enough damage, it'd be enough of a carry to carry the whole Team Flash on her back. That just might be the win for them.
I mean, that's the goal. That's their attempt. Or at least they're attempting to do so. Oh no, 368! Quite sad for the Dragon. And yeah, is not having fun this game. Arrow!
Yonti!
Back arrows connecting to Yonti. And again, it's just traumatizing him basically right now. KD dealing so much damage on the good enemy. He just obliterated him in an instant. But T3 is going to be there to at least help out Team Flash. So there's 4 members chasing down. The fate is going to be sealed onto the ribbon. Yonti is the only one to survive.
Yeah, Yonti is the only one to survive. Mid lane is getting siege right now. This is a Ziggs. He might be able to clear the way, but no, there's against 4 members of G2 Blacklist. There is no clearing. 11 minutes. Mid lane inhibitor turret does fall down.
Man, G2 Blacklist is just running them down, giving them such a hard time. Oh no! This is just salt to the wound, insult to injury. 368 tears right now for sure.
Yeah, unfortunate timing right there, but you can also see, you know, they're trying. At the same time, that is signs of, you know, some desperation plays coming from Team Flash. But they just really need to try to hunker down right now at this point. Yonti!
No! Not like this!
So sad.
Not like this! Man, this is your typical, like, rank game trauma. There are 2 types of dreams. There's like dream come true and there's like a nightmare. He's the latter.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 times arrow, call to fortune, everything just piling on him. He's not being allowed to play.
Yeah, he's not being allowed to play. I have a question though, Gian, before we go forward. What's worse, getting hit by the arrow over and over again, or the Lux Morgana combo from Aram?
I think I'll give you worse. Being Yonti right now.
Oh my god, no! That's so sad. But yeah, I mean, I can understand, and it's his job to clear mid lane. And that is the job given to him. That is the job he's doing, fulfilling as much as he can. It's just G2 Blacklist and Demon Kai just having his eyes on him. Always these arrows hitting him. And that has made him go to the bot lane instead, while G2 is just destroying structures here on the top side of the map.
Oh, it's a sad day for Yonti. Hopefully does recover from this. But man, they're making them regret having this Ziggs pick. Fate sealed, sealing the fate of the action there of Kuden. Now they're just running for the ideals. Tower gonna be taken down. Megan for the bomb doing absolutely nothing to clear out the wave, since they do have the Baron buff. And G2 Blacklist can just end this game. You have the PR buff. Team Flash cannot do anything to resist the forces of G2 Blacklist. And they will secure a 2-0 series against Team Flash and definitely redeeming themselves.
Yeah.